So here's my review of Season 1, Episode 1 of Echo. So it begins with what I can only assume are American Indian spirits or forebears of some kind. They're naked, muddied, and in some underground cave. It collapses and they escape to the surface. Apparently, they're not supernatural beings anymore, they're human. It's actually a story that's being told to young Maya, the eventual pseudo hero Echo, and we're now in present day. Then we're introduced to Maya's grandfather, played by Graham Greene from Dances with Wolves, and Zane McClarnon from Bone Tomahawk. It's great to see these two in any capacity. Maya's mother takes her to the supermarket, and in what seems like either bad direction or bad acting, when the girl is involved in an accident and has her leg damaged to the point of amputation, she pretty much shrugs it off and displays some stoic, calm, blank stares. I don't think it's shock because a little bit afterwards she gets emotional that her mother died. We then find the titular character in a hospital where we find that her leg has indeed been amputated and her mom has passed away. Unfortunately, we're not really invested in these characters. You don't really feel the weight of the scenes because they haven't earned it. There's no character development. Everything is just so rushed. The father and grandmother are seen arguing outside of Maya's recovery room, and then we cut to New York, where they start their life of crime under Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. Pretty obvious and nefarious dealings are going on by her father and Kingpin outside of her dojo, and we see a montage where she's being underestimated, beating up on boys, then later beating up on men because, But females are strong as During the story montage, Maya sees Ronin/Hawkeye kill her father, adding to the motivations, explaining her life of crime. She, after all, is a villain. She's a criminal, and for some reason, I feel the show wants us to sympathize with her. In the next scene, she attempts to jack a motorcycle. It seems like she's trying to get some kind of attention. Kingpin finds her, and he's with his interpreter at the time. They rush to the scene because, of course, people travel with their interpreters, or they get them up in the middle of the night, go to crime scenes in a matter of minutes, and they're dressed to the nines. Anyways, this is where we see the motivation for Kingpin's affinity for the young girl. You see, his father died, her father died.
Save Martha! Why did you say that name?
So Kingpin takes it upon himself to train and redirect her energies. She goes on a job with a few of Kingpin's assassins where they're frisked before entering a hideout. She, on the other hand, is sexually assaulted in full view of her group. Nobody says anything, but she basically takes the guy down. She ends up meeting the man again in the fight and easily defeats him, because...
But females are strong as...
The young, untested girl, on her very first mission, even holds her own against Daredevil in what might be the most poorly choreographed fight scene I've seen in a while, if not ever. Countless strikes that don't connect, and even kicks that stop mid-flight until Daredevil can position himself in the right place for the hit. The next scene shows Ronin signing that Kingpin wanted her father dead because for some reason everybody signs in this alternate universe, except for when the plot needs them to be a-holes. People are signing during fights. Very silly stuff. We skip to 5 months after the apparent murder of Kingpin. He was shot in the eye after all, and that can typically kill a person. She travels back to her hometown and begins to formulate her revenge. This is strange to me because I'm under the impression that she thinks he's dead, and I feel like viewers also feel that Kingpin is dead. She sees her childhood estranged female cousin working as a firefighter along with other female fighters because of course they are. So she plans on hijacking one of Kingpin's trains, placing a bomb in it to send him a message. She wants to depose him and quote-unquote become the new Queenpin. Okay, so the first episode had some pacing issues that were pretty much all over the place, with little time to develop characters and emotional attachments to them. There were some pretty nonsensical fight sequences. The acting was not bad, except for Alaqua Cox and her younger self. This is just the beginning, so let's see if there's any improvements with the development of characters and story. Anyways, like and subscribe if you like the content. And as always, keep watching movies.